Yo, I guess you got my text message?
Okay, say that again.
You got my text message earlier?
What's this?
Chris. I sent you a couple text messages this morning a little bit.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to get him. How are you?
Broken wrist, trying to push it down. You've pushed a truck out of the sand before, and when the truck gets loose and then all of a sudden stops suddenly while you try to run to kind of give it that last little push over the hill, and yeah, the wrist just went boom. Wrist went boom, and I'm like, oh my god, my fucking wrist is broken. And Edgar's like, shut up, pussy, use your good hand. And then I'm like, you know what, fuck that, I ain't being talked to like this. So I opened the truck door to grab my stuff, and he's like, don't let the dogs on it, don't sit in the fucking truck. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm grabbing my shit and walking the fuck home, I don't need to be talked to like this. And I have a broken fucking hand, level 12 pain all of a sudden out of nowhere here, and I'm freaking, I can't do shit right now, I'm freaking hurting. And this is what, so I just fucking said, fuck this. And he of course, he's playing victim with, Chris abandoned me, and he walked home with a broken hand and didn't help me dig, basically. Whatever, whoever's the pussy.
Listen, what did you just say about propane?
Oh, the propane thing. Huh?
What about propane?
Oh, no, well, that's a separate thing. Propane is, that's another thing. I was talking about, like I said, I broke my wrist on the damn truck, and I just said, he told me don't sit in, he said, you can't, I'm not, he called me a pussy, basically, just overall. I said, but he played the victim, is what I was saying, not propane. He played the victim, saying, as far as it goes, he's considering, pissed off at me that I abandoned him instead of using my good hand to dig, manning up, so to speak. I didn't man up and fuck the broken hand in level 12 pain. I'm just saying. I was talking about pain. Level 12 pain. Propane, that's a separate issue on a separate level of a separate thing. But yeah, that's a separate thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying.
No, Edgar did give away my propane tank to the bitch across the damn yard there, and so I got to get that back at some point with my little adapter and my little freaking basket cart. But yeah, so bitch, Edgar just wanted to get rid of her that day, and I'm like, I'm pissed off at her, like, fucking bitch, just can't stop asking for more. I'm gonna start fucking shit up over here. Fuck that bitch. But anyways, yeah, so I'm on day 5 or something like that since Saturday. Since Saturday, I broke my wrist, basically, and haven't been to the doctor or anything, because you just figure, okay, I'll just, when you order something, they give you those little bubble bags, in the packing material. So I just got like 3 of those bubble bags and just wrap it around my wrist and then put some tape on it, and the damn thing feels like way better, But without it, if you had a broken wrist before, you know what I'm talking about. That shit's not connected. There's a fracture where it's like it feels weak and it's like ow when it bends, right? But it's a weak spot. But this is like, oh shit, that shit's not connected. Fuck that. So I'm like, I don't know about straight.
You don't have an ace bandage?
I don't need that. I got plenty of this. I was wondering what I was gonna do with all this damn bubble bag packing material crap anyway. So I'm just saying, like, I just wrap it up with that and I tape it in 2 places and it holds it nice and still and it doesn't hurt so bad at all. Like, just by itself it hurts. You know what I mean? When it's a fracture, you can kind of get away with not too much. You don't have to worry too much. But when it's actually broken and you can feel that the damn bone's disjointed a little bit. I hope it's straight enough, so it's already day 5 here, and I was checking on my Molina Healthcare or something, and it said they can't find me on the website thing. So I'm like, thinking I should call the damn like 24-hour nurse hotline thing on the card, or look for another card if that's the old one, and then got something else instead of Molina now. I don't know, but I haven't even gone to the doctor. I haven't taken a pain, so I'm just like, fuck it, it's broken, and hope it's straight, and just wrap it up so it don't constantly hurt level 12 pain. So it's not in like level 12 pain all the time, just sitting there by itself. But that's how that is. So the weight of my hand, I can't use my hand much. I mean, I can move. At least the hand itself is okay. I think. It's just that 1 inch behind the hand, that part broken. Definitely not just a fracture. Definitely broken. And yeah, like I said, Edgar just call me a pussy and use your good hand to dig. Panicking about the truck being stuck and all. But yeah, that's how that went. So I'm just like, ow. So, and on Tuesday, I guess it was Tuesday morning, the property code enforcement people came over.
For what reason?
Oh, basically about supposedly the mulch.
Hold on.
Okay.
For what reason?
3 reasons apparently. 3 reasons. So they sent me something in the mail, which is what, the 3 basic reasons. So one of them, it says storage of trash, which is like basically there's a bunch of trash bags when we cleaned up that other place, so anyway, we moved it over here temporarily because we didn't want to pay dumping fees, and we thought we were going to recycle, we're planning to recycle some of those cans, you know what I mean, for instance. That's all. So we're planning to recycle it, but it still counts as a damn freaking landfill. So having a landfill without having a permit to have a fucking landfill, number 1. Number 2, storage of... Oh, yeah. No, storage. This is the second one. Is storage of, I don't know what, it had some fancy words. But basically, to my knowledge, that's referring to those piles of mulch. We're storing mulch on our vacant land. We're not allowed to do that, apparently. And then, of course, the big one, number 3. Occupied RV on vacant, well, it just says occupied RV on the paper, notice of violation, but, basically they gave me the paper with the details when they came and visited on Tuesday saying, you gotta have a receipt saying you got your septic tank pumped, which is a little tricky because the damn valve part broke in between the septic tank, so it's just sort of dripping in between, it's like just an open valve.
Listen, hold it. If your RV is registered, which I think you have registered it, right?
No, actually, because Lewis never had the title. He just gave me a bill of sale and a piece of paper from the auction house. Yeah, so basically,
because you have it registered, it's moving, and you don't need to do a septic tank.
Well, no, they still need. If it's parked on my land, I have to have a receipt.
But if you're moving it and stuff, you don't need the
but that's if anything, it does start up, yes, and I can maybe move it a few feet because it's got a flat tire as hell. But I gotta fix the tire basically.
Okay, you need to get DMV and get the right paperwork, Chris. You know what you gotta do.
Yeah, before that ever happened, I got broken windows. I ain't never gonna drive on the highway ever again unless I put new windows. $2,000. It's not.
Hey, go pay the fees on that.
I don't even know what that.
That'll eliminate that. That'll eliminate the septic tank.
Well, no. Technically, I don't need to do that because all I need to do is technically, literally, in all functionality, I'm not opposing it. It's literally just call this guy that comes out with the little pump truck, pay him $100 to unload my damn poop, and have a receipt to show them, and they will leave me the fuck alone. That's all, really. That's easier. Because I'm not gonna drive. No, I called him once already back in the day, like when I first moved out here, when I was up on the hill by John's place. Before my windows got broken, maybe give or take, or somewhere around that time. When I first moved up there, I was like,
to have your septic pump, that's a lot of money.
$100. It's not that bad. It's $100. Yeah, it's $100, but it's it's a fair. That's what I gave him $100, and he was cool, but I didn't get a receipt either that day. But that was at John's place. Anyways, the point is that's their little nitpick is that you cannot have either you gotta have a receipt from the pumping station that you went to an RV park like next. I don't know if Weeville counts, but I ain't driving that far. Either way, point is if Weeville counts as an RV park, then theoretically they have dumping service over there. But they have like a whole list of everything across LA County of all the places you can dump your septic tank from your RV. But if you, of course, like me, I don't care to be driving on no roads or nothing gonna happen anytime with flat tire and broken windows. So and stuff living in. So I gotta pack everything down if I'm gonna move it. But anyways, point is. If I just have the guy come out, pump it, and give me a receipt for pumping it, I'll be okay on that. That's the main thing that they're worried about. And I'm not sure how that's gonna work, because like I said, the hookup is not correct.
Greenville.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, but I have to drive my RV there, which is difficult. It's a little bit difficult to drive my RV over there, though. That's the only problem. But I mean, I gotta figure it out.
They can make one for you. You're a neighbor. You spend money over there. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, I don't, but yeah, I am a neighbor. I mean, I very rarely spend. I used to maybe buy occasional beer there because it was cheaper than Enac, but at the same time, they don't sell beer over there no more. So, and occasionally maybe rolling papers and propane, but other than that, I'll use my food stamps to buy emergency water on the road because we're thirsty and heading to town, and we already left, and I ain't got no water. Then, other than that, I don't really spend money there. Oh, and Edgar used to buy a cheeseburger or two, but either way, the point is, long story short, I gotta figure that. I sent an email yesterday to Tiffany Caldwell or whatever the day before. Yeah, I just told her, sorry, I have a broken wrist. I wasn't feeling like talking that when you guys came over just now. So basically, I kind of want to get things straight. Like, there's a Biden's on the other property. How much is that stuff? Like, what is this violation supposedly cost? Like, what is the theory on that? I want to know that because, I ain't trying to be like, I owe like $20,000 worth of violations or some shit on $10,000 piece of land. That's fucked up, I'll be very, very upset about this whole shit if that's the case. Besides broken hand, but yeah. I want to know exactly like how many hundreds of dollars, even if anything, is this violations of having trash on or mulch or whatever fucking crap, I mean, I think I can get away with the RV with a little receipt for having the service come out to my location. I think that's probably what I have. I mean, other than I ain't gonna likely move the RV in no place to get it done. So, in any case, yeah, it's just dripping on the ground because it's got a broken pipe between the part where you open the valve. So I don't know how that even gonna work. I'm not sure even that I'm sure you can make it work somehow. The septic guy, but whatever. Point is, it ain't right. Shit's broken over there too. That's a problem by itself. But yeah, you can't even have your RV regardless of that part without like showing that you got it pumped. Like here's a receipt. That's all I gotta do, I guess.
Okay, well, first of all, Chris, you're not supposed to be parking an RV on vacant land.
Yeah, I heard that part. They said that part.
Like I said,
I gotta figure that out.
If you tell them that you drove it, don't be telling them you can't drive it.
Well, I mean, I know it starts up and it needs a tire, but other than that, I mean, it does move. I've moved it before, just a little bit, so that's not a huge issue on the starting it up. It started before I put, not a big issue on that. Just tires a bit.
Did you tell her you had broken windows?
Well, she didn't mention. We didn't even go there on that part. No, it's covered with the solar panel. So
don't mention it.
No, I'm just.
Act like you could be driving it all over.
We're just on the whole vacant land, no RV part at the moment, and there is maybe an allotment of me being able to have my RV if I have a receipt for the septic part. That's it. That's as far as I can tell. The main thing I got, and then my EBT. They were supposed to call me yesterday. I was like waiting for their phone call from 8:45 to 10:45. Never came, and then I was like, fuck, whatever. And then I gotta check on that shit some more. But I did submit my thing the day before, so it's kind of like maybe a little bit, 24 hours or less might be part. They're reviewing it, so they didn't call me.
Listen, with the EBT, you know the stealing whole EBT.
My EBT balance is good right now, and I just got to renew it because it's going to be they're going to count the end of the month. But they gave me this month, so I'm good on I got this month, I'm good. The little 300, and but next month I'm not good.
Look, they're stealing the money. You have to freeze your EBT as soon as it comes in, or before it comes in, you have to freeze it.
I didn't.
You have to freeze the money that comes on your EBT card, or it can be stolen off of the EBT card.
But how do they steal it? That's the
electronically.
Well, the only place I use it lately is, of course, Walmart in person occasionally and Walmart online.
Listen to what I said. Whatever your date is due to come in, freeze it a day or so before it comes in. Then when you're ready to spend the money, then you unfreeze it. Then when you use whatever you want, you freeze it again. Listen to me. Listen to me. Are you going to be upset? When you steal your fucking money, and you go to spend your money, and nothing's on the card.
Well, I just checked it yesterday and it's cool, but I'm gonna figure it out. It's the only thing is that damn they sent me an email with the code a new code to log in every time. So I'm like, so I have to check the email, type in the 6-digit code every time I log in. So I was like, I'm reluctant to log in right now and check like the thing. So after the appointment, like at the end of the day, almost 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm like, well, shit. If they just got it yesterday, maybe it's taking them a time to review, and that's why they didn't call me. They gonna call me when they finish reviewing my renewal form. Well, I understand that, so I'm like, I'll leave it alone for a day. I'll check on it tomorrow. I'm like, but because of that damn two-factor authentication, I'm like, okay, when I log in, see what it says about the appointment, because that was yesterday, and that didn't happen, and see if it says anything. And then number 2, figure out who the fuck I gotta talk to about maybe getting a ride to the doctor. So I don't want to be a burden on nobody or nothing, or get fucking shit, or have to be walking home from town or none of that shit. So basically, sensitive Sally over there and whatnot, ain't gonna trust that shit. So I'm gonna see if they got something in my medical insurance that maybe constitutes, or at least get some advice, talk to a nurse or something, send some email pictures or something, video of my damn wrist and stuff. So that's what was in the text message. I sent you some YouTube links to the video of my wrist, what it looked like, difference between my left and my right, and the little bubble wrap thing that seems to be working. Just letting you know what's going on right now. I'm putting bubble wrap on my damn freaking wrist. It's cool. It helps. It makes it as good as it gets. Because what else are you gonna do except reset the bone before you have to re-break it to make it straight again later? But I think my wrist is moving like it just hurt like hell when I move it like a little bit too much this way or that way. So basically, I think it might be okay, and it broke, and it doesn't feel like I need to reset it. I can't really tell because it's right by the wrist, but if I don't need to reset it, and it just heals like that, just put in a splint, I'm good to go. I didn't have to go to the doctor, waste time on that bullshit. But on the flip side, I mean, I would like a little bit of talk to the doctor and see what my options are if I have any. But as far as it goes, I can't drive with this hand like this. The left hand do not work for steering wheel whatsoever. And I have a manual transmission, and that's not a good idea anyway. And to hell with asking Edgar for a ride anywhere, because that's just asking to be walking 20 miles home next time instead of 4. Again. But anyways, I'm like, fuck. No, I'm just toughing it out. Put a damn splint on the bitch and try not to hurt too much, and stay away from other people because I'm too pissy. I'm too pissed off to be around other people, and I can't handle that shit. I'm like about to take a goddamn hammer to Edgar's wrist if you're gonna talk some shit. You know what I mean? Chase that motherfucker with a hammer and break his fucking wrist. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit too much in pain to be hearing no shit about nothing, or else I'll be chasing Edgar and breaking his left fucking hand and calling him a fucking pussy and use your good hand, motherfucker, to dig. Fuck you, fucking wanna call me a pussy. I'm gonna chase you with this fucking hammer and break your motherfucking wrist. So I can't be around people right now. And I sure as hell ain't trusting him for a motherfucking ride to no place, because I'm a little pissed at... don't call yourself my friend, bro, because a friend would say, oh, you broke your hand, okay, hold on, let me get this shit out of here, and let's take a look at it. But no, you call me a pussy, and don't even think about sitting in the truck. You best be fucking walking home. And I'm like, that's a friend for you. Okay, fuck you too. I'm gonna break your motherfucking hand, motherfucker, and see if you're a pussy.
That's right.
I'm about to break his motherfucker. I'm a little too pissed. So I'm about to break his fucking hand in a minute with this hammer in my... Call him a pussy.
Huh? That's it. What's that? Okay, let me have the cord. Okay, listen, I gotta go.
Yeah, I just wanted to catch up and let you know what's going on. But yeah.
Okay, alright.
But yeah, how's everything with you though? By the way, because I noticed you called the other day, and I was kind of like I said a little bit in pain here, so I kind of was like,
I might have sweat down you, I'm not sure. Okay, listen, Chris, I gotta go.
all right, catch you later. All right,
Okay,
have a good one. Bye.
Bye, you too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna switch this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it didn't think.
Another phone call along the way here. But goodbye, Fly. Don't be bothering me. I'm a serial killer because I killed flies and monkeys that went through my house. I'm typing in a phone number. Only on 20 minutes. Save. I don't need a whole shitload of videos, so. Okay, no video. So you say. Better than my video. See how far.
714-3 medical card, and I actually broke my wrist.
We will now disconnect this call.
Alright, 23 minutes.
Para continuar en español, por favor, oprima 1. If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and dial 911 or go to the nearest emergency room. If you are part of our MyCare Ohio program, press 1. If you are part of our TX Star Plus MMP program, press 2. All other callers, press 3. Your call may be monitored or recorded for quality purposes. Thank you for calling Molina's Nurse Device Line. My name is Trinity. I'm a care coordinator. May I have the state that you reside in?
California.
Thank you. Were you calling to speak to a nurse?
Yeah, I found my medical card, and I actually broke my wrist about 961-883-07E. And I actually have a couple other. Yeah, I have a couple other things. But yeah, that's I guess for when I actually go see the doctor, it's gonna have to become like actual Like for instance, I broke my toe, but it didn't actually hurt bad enough. It's still crooked after a couple months though. I don't know what to do about that one, but it's not bothering me too much. But this one, left hand is completely unusable for the last 5 days. So I'm like, you know what, just to be safe, before we have to re-break it later or something, I don't want to do that. But it's feeling better, but like I said, the first night, unbelievable, level 12 or 14 is when you know it's broken. Like level 8 to 10 is a fracture maybe, but you can still kind of, just stress on it hurts. But this is like, no, that's not connected no more. Not connected properly. So yeah, there's a difference. I can't drive myself nowhere. My buddy, I don't trust him because I ended up walking 4 miles, by the way, because he told me I'm a pussy and I need to just man up and use my good hand to help dig the truck out, the tires out, because like I said, I pushed the truck, it went forward, I ran to catch up to it, pushed again, and then right when he got stuck and then slammed on the brake, I guess you could say, and just shattered my hand, like, a couple 100 pounds worth of force, I'm sure. My wrist, rather. And so, hand is okay at least, that's good, but yeah, any case, after that, I walked 4 miles home, so I'm like, because he was like, I went to grab my stuff in the truck because I was like, I'm not going to be called a pussy and tell me to dig with my good hand when I'm in like level 12 plus pain here. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to just, deal with the suddenness of this whole situation. And he's like, don't even think about sitting in the truck if you're not going to help dig. And I'm like, screw this, I'm going home. I'm not going to be talked to like that and whatever. So I haven't even talked, he lives right next door and I haven't really talked to him for the last 5 days. So Saturday basically afternoon. But yeah, so like I said, I took my the air bubble is like three of those little bubble bag things wrapped around. It seems to be just right for the size of my wrist, and a little tape, and it's like, oh, okay, not too bad. I can deal with this. I don't need to take any pills or nothing even. Cool. But yeah, when I take it, now it's on day 5. I took off the thing to kind of clean it. Plus, too, like one of the bags deflated, so it kind of was uneven and starting to not do its job no more. I need all 3 bags to be inflated properly. But yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, I'm been massaging the little tendons and whatnot to try to be nice to the darn thing, and my shoulder, of course, is kind of getting some strain off the crampingness of the whole shock of the situation to the arm. But a little extra, nothing too bad at least, but sort of so far, like if it was not straight, I think it would hurt more, I would suppose, one thing, a little more anyways,
Okay, can I have your name and date of birth?
It's Chris Lung, Lung, January 12, 1979.
Thank you. What's the physical address you're currently at?
48601 200 5th Street West, and it's considered Lancaster still, even though it's actually Del Sur, kind of, sort of like, the little, like Neenack is right next door kind of thing, and Antelope Acres, sort of in the middle. But yeah, 93536.
Thank you. What was your telephone number?
714-349-5981.
And you have 714-349-5981, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you currently at your home address at the moment?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and send the information over to the nurse now. Just to confirm, the pain you're experiencing, would you consider it severe, yes or no?
Well, broken bones, severe, and no pills. So yeah, I mean, right now I'm like I said, I just wrap it up and it feels better. And as long as I don't really try to use it, I'm feeling like I don't really. That's why 5 days later I haven't gone to the doctor, because I was like, once I did that the next morning, like once I was kind of to my senses. But yeah, the pain is kind of like, I would say it's sort of level 12 originally, and it kind of, if I move it the wrong way just a little bit, it's level 12, unbearable. But like I said, wrapped up, don't use it, and trying to avoid a trip to the doctor or anything if I can, because it's 25 miles away. I ain't got no ride there, so unless that's included in my insurance, somehow somebody can pick me up and take me to the doctor. I don't know if that's the thing, but I don't think my insurance is that good. But if it is, I gotta ask somebody, right? Because if that's an option, some point along the way here.
Right. I do think transportation assistance is available to members. I can't verify specifically to you.
Yeah,
Member
exactly.
services can verify that benefit as well, though.
Exactly. And I tried logging on the website, and first time it told me that I don't exist. Then I went to the other old card I had, which was HealthNet, and then they said you got to go to Molina again. Then finally it let me in. Okay, cool. And then I, did my little verified my email, so I got so far, and then it said, sorry, scheduled maintenance, web portal down. I'm like, oh man. I wanted to see how far I could get with the website stuff before I talk to somebody, so I can kind of we're all on the same page more or less. Of course, that makes sense. So, but yeah, I waited a little while just before it gets any worse, and it's still, like I said, it's still to the point of I can't. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm driving with this thing going clickety clack at the wrist over here if I don't. And like I said, the cast, I was just about to change it because one of them deflated, so that don't work. It was starting to hurt. Basically all I gotta do is like put the cast on, and I'm like, oh, that's I'm okay. Then as soon as one of them deflates out of the 3-bag, boom, I'm over there like, oh crap. I need to change. I need to put a new. You can only make it work so long, so it becomes uneven pressure basically. That's the problem. That's why. But I noticed it starts hurting, and I'm like, put a new cast on, and I'm good to go for. So I haven't gone to the doctor yet. 5 days. Oh my, tough guy. Oh my. A little angry though still.
I'll go ahead and send the information to the nurse now, and then they'll return a call back to you within 20 minutes or less.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye. Cool. Step one. Step one officially. Hello?
Hi, is this Christopher?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Misty. I'm a registered nurse with Molina Health.
Yes.
Can you confirm your last name and your date of birth?
Chris Lung. 11279.
And are you currently at your home address?
Yes.
Can you confirm your address?
48601 200 Fifth Street West, Lancaster / Del Sur 93536.
And the best phone number to reach you at?
714-349-5981. Same one.
Thank you. And if you hadn't been able to talk with the nurse today, do you know what you were going to do?
Well, right now I was about to put my splint back on, but I'm kind of testing out without the splint how my wrist feels, and I was about to take some pictures of it actually too, but I was like, this would be useful because I didn't do that yet. But its current condition of swollenness and all that stuff. But I did take some video of it, but I didn't take any actual pictures yet. So I was about to do that, but then I was like, I found my medical card. I went to the HealthNet. First I went to the Molina website, then I went to and then it said it didn't know me. Then I went to the HealthNet because I have another card here that's a little older, I guess. And then they said you're Molina now, so I went back to Molina. Said it recognized me. Got to the point of verifying my phone number, and then when I went to log in again, it said the portal is down. So the web portal down, and I'm like, okay, so I'm on day 5. Still on pretty much level 12 pain if I, just the slightest move left or right the wrong way. Or, even, yeah, so, but I basically was pushing a truck out of the sand, and it got moving, we dug a little, track on everything, so it was good. We put some branches, then we're good. So, as soon as, I didn't really practically need to push, basically, the first push, and then it started moving, so I run up to it to push it the rest of the way because it started to slip, and then he slammed on the brake, and my wrist just hit it. I mean, obviously this happens, but next thing you know, I'm over there in level 12 pain, and he's like, I don't care, you pussy, just dig with your good hand, help me dig the tires again with the good hand, and I'm like, oh hell no, I can't deal with this. You're gonna talk to me like that? I'm like, so I go to grab my stuff, so I go to the door, and he's like, don't be sitting in the truck now, and you're not gonna dig. And I'm like, no, I'm grabbing my stuff and I'm walking home. I don't need to be talked to like this. I walked home 4 miles, and excruciating pain, and figured out, by the time I got my senses together, I tried to sleep, didn't work out, but too much pain, level 14, let's say. Then I realized, hey, I have all these Walmart.com boxes that have all this bubble wraps in it. Maybe that'll make a good splint with some little bit of tape. And sure enough, wow, level 12 went down to like level 6, and feeling okay, because off its own weight. I had fractures. You put stress on it, it feels a little weak and painful. Cool. This is like, that's not connected no more properly.
Have you been seen for this?
No, well, like I said, I walked home 4 miles, and the nearest doctor is 25 miles, and I've been, and I haven't taken a single pain pill either. I just consciously said, okay, I understand the pain, and I just been using the bubble splint. So I'm on day 5, so this happened like Saturday afternoon around 6 p.m. And like I said, my neighbor, buddy, whatever you want to call him, he feels like I abandoned him because I left him stuck in the sand truck, but I'm over there with a broken hand, level 12 pain, I can't even lift my arm to wave to the car passing by without it. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Within 2 inches of I'm like, oh no, that's broken.
Is it more like your forearm or your hand?
Right for the wrist, right below the wrist. The common. I was looking at pictures. It's like, yeah, that's right where it is. About 1.5 inches behind the wrist. I don't know about the wrist bone itself, but it's not too swollen. That's a good thing. There's a little bit of purple. There's a little bit of purple around where the assumed breakage area is. It looks kind of straight. It feels like you can feel there's like obviously a crack there, but it doesn't. It feels like it's like I don't know how much more straight I can make it, but then there's those other delicates, so it's like they puncture easily / they have slow leaks, so it's noticeable. All of a sudden, I noticed my hand cramping up to compensate for the broken bone. So I've been massaging all the parts in between, but. So I was just about to put on a new one, and then I'm like, I need to take pictures of the thing while I don't have the bag on. And then I was like, oh look, here's my medical card. I should try logging into my thing real quick too before I start taking pictures. Maybe I should get some advice about pictures. And then I logged in as far as I could, and then I'm like, nah, here we are on the phone call trying to talk to a nurse about. Well, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't trust my buddy to give me a ride. There's no way in hell I'm driving with a broken wrist. And I don't even, my car is not, I changed it to non-operation because car insurance skyrocketed on me like last renewal. So I was like, no, gotta fix the radiator anyway, but it might drive, but it's not road worthy, let's say. So that's not, my car is out road worthy wise and legality wise. My wrist is out based on, I can't hold a steering wheel with my left hand. That's just out of the question. I can't even hold a piece of paper barely with my, it's just a little bit too much, so I've just been really delicate with it, But at the moment, I've taken the cast off, not cast, the bubble wrap splint off for about half an hour to an hour now, letting it air out, kind of just resting it nicely. But so if I don't mess with it and I leave it at day 5, it's healed enough that standard pain is like maybe 5 or 6, just based on the not doing anything. It's just stable. It's tolerable at least. You know what I mean? It's like okay. But of course, the littlest thing, and it's like 10 to 12 real quick. So that's any little stress. So yeah, the bottom line is it kind of looks straight, and I kind of want to take pictures. The reality is, I also have a broken toe. I also have like a couple of contusions to my face that happened from getting hit with a baseball bat in my face a couple years ago. But the broken toe, it's crooked as hell. It didn't go straight, and it doesn't really hurt. That's kind of concerning, but it's not super bothering me. So and I couldn't find my medical card.
With your arm, does it look dislocated or crooked?
It doesn't look like it. It looks fairly straight. It's very sensitive to like the couple spots where the crack is, but I can feel like rubbing against it gently. Of course, I can feel like where the break is, but I can't really safely say how if it should be straighter than it is. It's kind of, you know what I mean? That's what X-rays are for. That's what X-rays are for, to tell me how crooked is it mostly straight? I mean, there's how many millimeters off is it, or is it close enough? I mean, do we need to re-break it? We're on day 5 here, and I tolerated this long. I don't have a ride to the doctor. That's not an option. So that's a problem. 25 miles from where I'm at. Um, and like I said, I've been tolerating it, but at the same time, I kind of wanted to maybe at least take pictures and then send it to somebody to say, from the external without the X-ray, you might be okay on day 5, and it's not doesn't look all bruised and crazy and it hurts like that level and whatnot. I mean, I did do a video of like I said, of with the cast off, but I didn't do the full range of motion. Like that's I guess a separate video of range of motion of where it hurts and how much it hurts this way and that way. But closing fist and opening fist and all that stuff, of course, is and trying to no bleeding, just no bleeding.
Weakness in your hand or fingers?
Yeah, depending on the position of it, and as well as the splint, it felt like circulation, kind of like a little. It did get it go back and forth between feeling like there's no circulation, but there's a lot of cramping, and of course throughout the whole arm to the shoulder blades and the neck a little bit.
Just about the numbness and the weakness?
Yeah.
Where at?
Well, it's not. It's more. Yeah, it's sort of like that cold numbness feeling in my hand part. Like it feels like but it's yeah. So it still works, and it comes and goes. Like I said, depending on how the splint is positioned or how my arm is positioned. But sometimes it does feel like it goes like cold or like lack of circulation feeling just a little bit. It comes and goes. Like when depending on, like I said, it depends how. Because I mean, I'm still moving my arm, but at the same time, the weight of it, of my hand, it's like don't go that way. So that's what the splint just stays in nice and even pressure, and I'm like, okay, I've been good. But at some point in time, I'm gonna probably make it to the doctor at some point. So I'm not sure how yet, but at the same time, it's better earlier.
Can you check with member services to see what options are available about that? But I really do recommend you to be seen at the ER within an hour based on what you told me.
Within an hour of the actual.
Disability or worsening of your symptoms.
Within an hour of breaking it on Saturday. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not how that. I was a little angry and walking home for about 2 hours for 4 miles. Well, an hour and a half for 4 miles, give or take. So yeah, I was already like, no, I don't have a ride. I don't have any friends, and I'm in pain, and trying to carry my water bottle is not working out. In any case, yeah, I'm a tough guy. I didn't shed a tear, but I did cuss a lot and all that. But I didn't, yeah. And my friends over there just dig with your good hand, and I'm like, no. A real friend would have had some concern here. I'm just being inconvenient and a burden, so I'm going to walk home and not be that. And I'm not even going to ask for a ride to the doctor. I'm going to try to tough it out with my little air bubble cast, which are conveniently packing material in my orders that I managed to make it to me. Cool. So that's working out at least. But yeah, like you said.
So are you wanting like a...
I don't have a way to get there, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like if it's provided, I guess that's something member services might be able to arrange if that's included in my basic of the as far as Obamacare as they call it. I don't know if Obamacare covers a car to get to the dang place, and I don't know about if an ambulance is appropriate. But yeah, that's something that's a concern. You look on them.
I would recommend that you be seen at the emergency room because they have the diagnostics you need within an hour. And you may have to consider calling for an ambulance, but that would be my best recommendation based on your symptoms to avoid any worsening of your symptoms that could lead to a disability or worse based on what you've told me. So, would you like me to still transfer you to member services or no?
Well, I mean, they might have an option of a ride or something, but probably not on my level, I'm pretty sure. But it's worth a try, right? It's worth asking, I would
Yeah, I'll get you to them right now, and I hope you get to feeling better. Hold on just one moment.
Thank you so much.
member will press 1. You are a provider will press 2. We now offer the convenience of secure messaging with us. I can send a text message with a link to a secure messaging service right now to the phone number ending in 4542. If you are okay receiving this message from us, say send it or press 1, or change the number or press 2. To stay on the phone, just say phone or press 3.
Phone.
If this is a medical emergency, please hang up and dial 911 or go to the nearest emergency room. Your call may be monitored or recorded, as we may collect device information for quality and identity verification purposes. Are you an LA County Medicaid member?
Yes.
If this is a behavioral health crisis, press 9 now. In a few words, please tell me what you're calling about today.
I broke my wrist and I want to find out what my options are of getting a ride to the ER to have it checked out.
You're calling for transportation services, is that right?
Yes.
Transportation services are provided by American Logistics. Please hold while we connect your call. In the future, you can reach American Logistics directly by calling 844-292-2688. You can say repeat that or continue.
Continue.
Thank you for calling American Logistics. Para español, oprima el número 2. Thank you for calling American Logistics, a Molina Healthcare partner. Your call will be monitored and recorded for quality assurance purposes. If you need emergency transportation, please hang up and dial 911. Please note that starting on September 1st, you will be required to book your transportation at least 2 business days in advance. We appreciate your understanding. How may I assist you today?
I need a ride to the ER.
Okay. Now, before I transfer you to an agent who can assist you, I need to confirm your identity. So, please tell me your full date of birth, including the day, the month, and the year.
January 12th, 1979.
To confirm, your date of birth is January 12th, 1979. Correct?
Correct.
Next, please say or enter the 5-digit zip code of your home address. I am sorry, I couldn't verify your account. You'll be transferred to a representative shortly. Please note that Medicaid and CHIP members may need to renew eligibility each year. Go to molinahealthcare.com/keepmyhealthplan or call 866-916-0920 to learn more about how to keep your benefits. If you are a Molina member, you can now schedule your transportation and check your existing reservation online using our member portal at molina.americanlogistics.com. Please note that for requested service levels other than curb to curb, a valid PCS form may be required from your physician. To prevent any scheduling inconvenience in the future, we recommend that you get your PCS form completed as soon as possible. Your physician can fill out and instantly submit a PCS form for you online by going to molina.americanlogistics.com/PCS.
Hi, good morning. I've I've got a broken wrist. I can't drive. I don't trust to drive because he's learned. I don't know. Anyways, point is broke my wrist. I'm not sure what my insurance covers. I just talked to the nurse on my medical card, and she said that I should definitely have my wrist checked out before it, gets any more complicated or permanent injury. I broke my wrist 5 days ago, and I'm just calling now to figure out how I can maybe get to an ER because, I don't have any other way to get there. Can't drive myself, and I don't trust my buddy to drive because broke my wrist trying to push his truck out, and then when I broke my wrist because it got, it started moving, it got stuck, boom, wrist broke. Trying to give it that last little push, it didn't work, it just snapped, and then he's like, dig with your other hand. And so I'm like, oh hell, they called me a pussy, and then I basically opened the truck door to grab my stuff, because I'm like, he tells me, don't even think about sitting in the truck if you're not going to help dig the truck out. And I'm like, I'm grabbing my stuff, I'm walking home, I'm not going to be talked to like this. So I walked home 4 miles, basically, from where the truck was stuck. And, I haven't talked to him for the last 5 days, really, so not going to rely on him for a ride or having to walk home from the, either way. So apparently there's, members, here I am, I talked to the nurse lady and then talked to member services, and then here I am trying to figure out if it's possible to get a ride, or she's saying, worst case scenario, if it's not covered, then, but yeah, I'm pretty much in a predicament of, before it gets any worse, permanent disabilities here with the broken wrist and all. Yes. It is. Oh goodness, the numbers are like so small. It is 961-88307E. I'm sorry? Chris Lung. If that's possible, if it's within, if it's within my medical insurance here, and yeah, I would like to be able to. I wasn't planning on it, but it's day 5, and I know the dang thing's broken, and I better do something before it gets any later as far as that goes. So, is it possible to set up transportation? If it's possible to set up transportation to go to the ER and get it checked out, I would appreciate that, definitely. I feel like that's the right thing to do before I... as soon as possible. If anything, like I said, it's a broken wrist for about 5 days now, and I've just been putting it in an air bubble wrap. Are you going to the emergency room, or are you going to the urgent care? They said I should go to the emergency room because they have all of the diagnostic equipment in the emergency room to be able to check out my wrist properly. So I would say emergency room. That's what the nurse said. They said, urgent care, I guess, would be more for, something else, more, a little bit less, Oh, I see. Yeah, so urgent care though, would that, shoot. I'm not sure how that would work because technically urgent care would be, I don't know if they're able to see me, of course, usually that's appointment, but the situation, they would be able to see me maybe immediately. I'm not sure. And then number 2, I guess they would send me off to get x-rayed down the road or something, right? That would be how that works. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have any appointment for the urgent care is the problem, and I'm not sure how that works. if they'll take it.
Yes, I know. You don't have anyone. Yes, but let me see. That's what they're gonna be.
They don't want to get there and then they're like, we can't help you, and I don't have a ride home. I'm like, oh man, that's not gonna work. Yes.
Yes, I was taking that information. Yeah, really quick. This time, sir, your situation, we cannot handle that. It's a paper from this. We need to call 911, okay? In order to provide you better assistance.
Okay. And I guess my medical insurance would cover that. It's just the ambulance ride to the ER is one thing, but then after that, not sure how I'll get home. So, see, I'm
Not
kind of.
a problem. You can call us later once you are after you get the emergency room. You can call us back later on, okay? But at the time, you need to be there with a special assistance, okay? So my recommendation is to call 911, okay?
Okay. I guess.
Later on, you can call us back, yes. We will check what we can do for you, but at this time,
Okay.
that is the best recommendation.
So
So
that.
we are not.
Hi, doctor. Oh. Oh man. Yes. So it is a part of my insurance here that I would be able to get a ride home from the ER. So because I know, like I said, urgent care, I don't want to show up, and they say they can't take me because I need an appointment, and then have a situation, right? That wouldn't be so good. And then but then like, so yeah,
After your appointment with the emergency room, if we have the services, in order to get you home, okay?
all right. So that's yeah. I was just a little concerned, like I mean, getting there on the ambulance and getting back. Okay, at least that'll be okay. Then I can feel a little bit like what's the next step here and what's after that too. That's kind of important because I'm like, but yeah, urgent care doesn't sound like it's
Special.
urgent.
We have a special team for technicians. So after the emergency room or whatever, we have the service available, ambulance, ambulance services, or whatever that is required. We can help you with that at this time. We cannot handle your trip right now because
Yeah,
it's totally different.
yeah, no, that
We can provide you right now.
sounds like a plan. I appreciate that. No, at least no, I mean, when I broke my toe maybe a couple months ago, I was like, it's not really hurting. It's just crooked. Oh well, it still works. It's not bothering me. But eventually, along the way, a couple weeks ago, I found my insurance card, and I'm like, but it's not bothering me. And then Saturday, I broke my hand or wrist, and then next thing you know, I'm like, yeah, I better try and see what my options are here. Like, now that I haven't taken a pain pill or anything. I just put a air cast on it and it felt better. And I'm like, okay, but I've taken it off for a little while and it's better than it was originally, of course, but it's still like, gotta be careful with it positioning wise. But yeah, definitely not driving or putting any stress. Can't barely grab any, grab the card itself. I mean, if I move my hand the wrong way, it's level 12 pain instantly, and it feels like a bad idea. But it looks kind of straight, not too swollen. So I'm gonna take a few pictures of it too. But I was hoping maybe, I guess this is probably, can only do so much. So over, pictures and stuff like that, they actually need to X-ray the damn thing, and that's why they said emergency room, because they have that there instead of having to go through one step and then the next step. That doesn't work. Yeah, if I call urgent care, even if I show up, they maybe take me because it's an emergency, but without an appointment, it's kind of, urgent care is usually a appointment, you show up, and then they refer you to the x-ray and this and that, but this is like, like I said, no way I'm going to be able to. Okay, yeah, appreciate it, thank you. that, but when I talked to the nurse hotline, she said I need to go to the emergency room, but I guess the transportation involves me calling an ambulance to go to the emergency room, and then once I'm there, I can call back and then make arrangements to be able to come back home, kind of thing, no problem. But I believe he was trying to transfer me to someone who can help me, maybe make some kind of special circumstances of not doing that whole ambulance thing, just for a broken wrist, to get to an emergency room instead of urgent care, which is the normal circumstance.
Okay, look, the only thing is that for the emergency room, we don't transport our patients there. We don't transfer nothing like that. Like, we only do a small emergency. We just pop this in urgent care. When it comes up to the emergency room, we do not take the patient to the emergency room.
Okay, yeah, he was just figuring, I guess, maybe, just to finalize just a last ditch effort, I guess, is why he transferred me over yonder, but it's cool, I understand. So I guess I gotta call 911 and have an ambulance pick me up, and my insurance covers that, I guess, and then afterwards my insurance covers the ride home, and that's good enough, because I know the whole urgent care involves making an appointment, then getting the ride there, then getting a ride to the x-ray afterwards that they're gonna tell me to do, and then etc., which is cool, but been a while since I did a physical too. For maybe a year and a half, I haven't gone back to the doctor because it's so far away. It's 25 miles, so I guess that's my only option though, is call 911, have the ambulance take me, and then call you folks back for a ride home proper. That'll work. Okay, yeah, because I just don't trust my buddy. I was pushing the truck out, and then I broke my hand. He asked me to dig it out with my good hand, and ended up walking home 4 miles. So I ain't trying to do. I ain't trusting that whole situation, So yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and he just passed me by the way, in the last mile, walking home with my broken hand. So. Well, so I'm like, walked the whole 4 miles home, and I haven't talked to him for the last 5 days, so I'm not I'm not going to ask him for nothing. I'm going to just heal my hand as best I can, have to ride my bicycle or drive my car a little bit dangerously to get my propane and my water, but I don't want to ask him for nothing, like even to a ride to the ER at this point. Still mad. And he acting the victim like I left him behind or something. He's like, oh, he abandoned me. I'm like, whatever, dude. I can't help you. I'm just a burden with a broken hand. I might as well walk home instead of catch lift, Can't stop talking about how much of a pussy I am or something. Jesus Christ. Break your hand. I got a hammer right here. I'm looking at it every 5 seconds thinking, I gotta break his motherfucking hand. Pig. You wanna talk all that smack? I'm gonna break your hand. So you a pussy, boy. No, but anyways, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. What I gotta do, I guess. So, I don't want to call an Uber because that's going to cost extra, and I don't want to take advantage of the ambulance thing, but at the same time, I'm on day 5 before it gets any worse or permanent. I need to get my hand looked at, and at the moment, I don't have anybody I can call for a ride, so I'm going to figure that out in a minute, but I do appreciate it, though. I'm glad I called, because at least now I know I'm covered on the ride back at, worst case, so I don't have to. Well, if I can get there, it's like not going to burden anybody beyond my insurance covers it, so that's cool. That'll work.
Yeah, that was speak after that, having a broken hand or broken bone, and you don't take care of that, that's pretty dangerous.
Well, luckily I bought a bunch of stuff from Walmart, and the boxes have those like nice little bubble bags, so I take three of them in a row, just cut that little strip off and put 2 pieces of packing tape, and I put it just right. It's like, it's unbelievable. It's like, until you move it the wrong way, of course. It's like, it's like you don't have a broken hand, but definitely not just a fracture. I can tell that much, because the broken definitely is like level 12 at any given moment of pain. But day 5, it's kind of better, but at the same time, I'm about to put me a bubble wrap and videotape myself doing it one more time, just because I'm on like 3 or 4 bubble wraps so far, but just keeping it stiff, it's kind of working out. So, but other than that, I can tell when one bag deflates, going to start hurting again real quick. But yeah, that's giving me some comfort all this far. But yeah, at some point in time, I got to go and get it looked at broken or some crap like that. That's worse. But day five, at least I'm trying. Now I'm back to my senses a little bit. Again, no pain medication whatsoever. No pills, no nothing. Just straight up, just splint, hair splint, and that's it. 3 little bubble bags, but that worked. And some tape. I've been getting by on that, but yeah, I'm gonna get ready to maybe call the 911, see what review my options one last time before I. But yeah, at least I know what I'm working with here. I appreciate that very much. So that definitely makes me feel better. I got a ride home. That works. Right on. Thank you so much, and you too. Awesome. Thanks. Bye. That's done. Call mommy.
It can work. Sure. No.
Fucking right on the back of the head, it hurts. I mean, I can tell when the bubble deflates, it's uneven pressure, and it hurts like hell. But just this 3 bubble bag alone and this tape does the trick. But right now, day 5, if I go like this, ow, like level 5, 6, I can't go any more that way. Level 8, 12, 8 to 12, 8. Oh, that's fucking right on the back of the head, it hurts. That hurts. And then it just gets real tense right here. So that's what's going on. I'm about to wrap it up again real quick. But yeah, left, ow, 10, 12. 10, 12. Ow, 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 ow. Range of motion. No bueno.
Okay, I'm still doing something there.
No bueno. Bueno. Ow. It hurts.
There's a better way to make me go. Making it leave the way you want in my opinion. Put it this way. Daytime versus broken and hanging on its own weight.
Fucking perfect. Just right. Oh, that feels so much better now. Just like that. One more maybe. One more in the middle. Perfect. Alrighty. Way better. Yes, that's so much better. So this was the first one I made. Got a bunch more, but it's pretty deflated. Second one, this one deflated. Just one of them deflated, unusable. You can feel the pain instantly. And this one, the middle one started to deflate. This one went all the way after I cut it. But just one of them, instantly, you can tell when one of them, because it comes uneven and it hurts differently. You can feel the pain come back. It just starts tensing up all hard. Right in there. It becomes noticeable pain. So they only give me a ride to urgent care. I call member services there, and basically they told me I have to call 911 and get an ambulance over here for my broken wrist to go to the emergency room. However, they will call them back and they will give me a ride back home from the emergency room. But for that I have to go 911 unless I have an appointment with urgent care, which that might take a while. And then I have to go to get an x-ray afterwards, separate place. But other than that, that's my options. Neat little trick my mom taught me is like right here there's a little button you press, and then there's just massaging this part. Okay.
For my damn freaking seriously, it's not charging, it's overheating or something. It's gonna be making noise in a minute.
Alright, let's see what I got. Day 5 of my broken wrist here. And as you can see, looks straight enough, hopefully, but I gotta call 911 apparently. I just found my card proper and time to change. I mean, I can tell when the bubble deflates, it's uneven pressure and it hurts like hell, but just this 3 bubble bag up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to edit. Day 5 of my broken wrist here. You stop being lazy. As you can see, looks straight enough, hopefully, but I gotta call 911 apparently. I just found my medical card proper. Time to change. I mean, I can tell when Day 5 of my broken on the next part. Day 5. Okay, one edit. Day 5 of my. I mean, I can tell when the bubble deflates, it's uneven pressure, and it's like, oh, but just this 3 bubble bag alone and this tape does the trick. But right now, day 5, like this, ow, like level 5, 6. I can't go anymore that way. Level 8 to 12, 8 to 12. Hey. Oh, that's a fucking right in the back of the head. It hurts. That hurts. And then it just gets real tense right here. So that's what's going on. I'm about to wrap it up again real quick, but yeah. Left. Ow. 10, 12. 10, 12. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Ah. Range of motion. I mean, I can tell when the bubble deflates, it's uneven pressure, and it's like, no, but just this 3 bubble bag alone and this tape does the trick. But right now, day 5, like this, ow, like level 5, 6. I can't go anymore that way. Level 8, 12, 8 to 12. Hey. Oh, that's a fucking right on the back of the head. It hurts. That hurts. And then it just gets real tense right here. So that's what's going on. I'm about to wrap it up again. Quick, yeah. Then, ow. 10, 12. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Range of motion. I mean, I can tell when the bubble deflates, it's uneven pressure, and day 5 of my broken. Day 5 of Day 5 of my broken wrist here. As you can see, looks straight enough, hopefully, but I gotta call 911.
Okay, that's enough of that. Fuck. Might as well continue on.
Always live. It's overwhelming. So stream smarter. Upload your video.
Damn, did I call my mommy?
Yeah, I expect you can.
No.
Guess
we're doing that for a minute. That's cute, but we don't want. However. Eventually I added music apparently. Tight. Some more. More typing. To the part where I call my mom over. Still 33 degrees. The other one's on 40, so we're doing low mode. Basically means that it doesn't matter if it's a little bit down to 10 volts. So enough to run. Just enough. Solar power just enough. Like 9 something. 915. Smoking weed. Smoking weed now. Closer to 90.
Well, I found my medical card.
Hello?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Chris?
Well, I found my medical card. It took me a couple of tries to do the online thingy to make a register, you know. I guess their website was down. So, in any case, first I went to the Molina Healthcare and it said, you don't exist. I'm like, okay. Then I found another card that said HealthNet. They both say HealthNet, but the other one, I go to the website, I'm like, okay, register, and they're like, you're with Molina, you gotta go to Molina. So I go back to Molina, I get out to the point where they verify my email, and I punch in the code, and then it says, so I go to log in, and it says, web portal is down for scheduled maintenance. I'm like, ah. So I broke down, and I called the phone number for the nurses hotline part, and described my situation, and then I went to the next part, which is, they basically transferred me to member services, which transferred me to, I gotta write down the phone number and make sure I have it on my phone proper, but basically, there's this, they do actually have transportation, is my long story short. Problem is, they have transportation on my insurance, so I could have made arrangements to go to urgent care and I could get a Uber to urgent care or some crap like that. Cool. But that's the problem. Urgent care involves going to have an appointment generally, not so much, and the nurse specifically said emergency room because of the fact that it's the type of thing that they have the equipment to diagnose it versus urgent care, make an appointment and show up. Then you gotta go to the X-ray place, separate building, separate place down the road. And then after that, you gotta get a ride home after that. I don't want to go through all that. You know what I mean? So basically, I guess I'm gonna have to do a dramatic exit here with call 911 because that's apparently covered to have an ambulance come pick my happy butt up. You know what I mean? My Obamacare insurance allows for. That's the only way I can do it apparently is call 911 and have an ambulance pick me up. And when I'm there at the emergency room, then I can call them back, the insurance place, the logistics they call it, and they'll give me a ride back home from the emergency room at least.
Oh, okay, well, that's simpler.
I'm working on it. I mean, it's day 5 and it hurt, and I can tell when one of the, so I got 3 bubble bags around my wrist, taped up nicely, just right, and it's not so bad. And it's not too swollen, it's not too bruised or anything, it just hurts like hell a certain way. And you can tell it's broken, not fractured here. And so anyways, how many places it's broken is another story and another whatever. But the point is, the bubble bag, I can tell out of the 3 bags, when one of them starts to deflate, the pressure is not there, to keep it straight. So, but the nice thing is the tape, I can put it just right, it just gets a little sticky and itchy after and stinky. But other than, I decided, with the paper towel, at least I can see what's going on in there, you know what I mean, with the plastic. So that's kind of useful. I'm liking that. And it's gentle. It's not. I feel like the paper towels. I don't like to change it too much, but I'm only on 3 of them right now. On day 5, and I'm on my 4th actually. I just put the 4th one on. I videotape my range of motion where it hurts, and how much it hurts, sort of kinda. I haven't taken proper picture of it without the cast yet because my phone is too full. That's a separate issue. But at least I got some video, and it's literally uploading to YouTube right now. My slightly edited 3-minute video of me checking my range of motion on day 5 and just giving it a visual. It's not too bruised, looks kind of straight, but it hurts when I do this. And found my medical card, and they told me this and that, and call 911, I guess. And boom, did a quick part of me taping it back up and threw some music on there that non-copyrighted. And then I called you to let you know what's going on.
Thank you for calling me. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, like Edgar likes to say, don't worry about me, and he says it all sarcastically, of course. Like, seriously, dude, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I don't want sensitive Sally over there making me walk home from town because of one wrong word or something. And at the moment, I'm a little too pissed off about the whole thing. So I am not asking Edgar for a ride to the damn ER. That just or anybody else at this point. You know what I mean? I technically don't think there's anybody I would like to burden with that. So yeah, I mean, I managed to get, like I said, I called the nurse. There's a nurse, so there's like 5 numbers here, right? One of them is the nurse hotline. One of them is member services, eligibility info, whatever, and Spanish, and RX questions, and hospital admission notification, as well as preferred provider, which one of my cards says 562 number, and the other one says a 661 number, whatever. So I keep the 661 number because should be the right one, Send me a couple of new cards, so I got confused. I got like 3. Well, then there, like I said, I had a health net.
Don't know which is the right one to use.
Well, no, now I know the health net card. I can just put that. I got one. Well, now I know it works at least. So I called the numbers and it works. I've been looking for the damn card and it wasn't too far away actually. But anyways, long story short, when I broke my toe a little while ago, it's still crooked. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't bother me. And I'm like, it's crooked. Whatever. I don't want to bother with it. But it doesn't hurt and it's not bothering me. So. It doesn't go straight. It doesn't bend properly. It's just crooked. Just crunched up little toe there. I'm like, oh man.
I don't know,
I'm
I'm
tough,
tough,
but I mean, anyways, long story short, I can't drive. That's not gonna happen ever. Not for a while.
Yes. Yeah, right.
And of course, she said that I should have got it looked at 1 hour after it happened, but that wasn't gonna happen.
I told you that you should get it looked at right today.
I was still walking. I was only on mile 2.5, maybe 3. You know, walking, pacing myself a 4-mile walk home. So yeah, 1 hour later. Well, it would have taken me about 4 hours to walk to the damn hospital. Let's put it that way. Hospital's a lot farther. Home, I can at least figure something out. And anyways, yeah, feet still hurt even a little bit, but legs don't.
At least you could, you know, even if it wasn't paid for by insurance, you could get an Uber to take you.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to do the whole 911 thing and ride in an ambulance to the emergency room and get it looked at and hope for a ride back somehow.
Get the Uber back.
Make sure I carry everything I need with me. Phone's all charged up before I call them. Yeah, I mean, no, that's the thing. I have to go to the emergency room, have my hand looked at, and then after that, call the logistics member services on the card thing here, and arrange for the ride. You know. So I don't know how many hours in between all that is. So I kind of want to be prepared. You know, probably eat, use the bathroom, and make sure my phones are all charged up. And then, you know, before I go through all that, I figure I'd call you and kind of go over the plan. You know, basic. But yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I wanted to give you, you know, all those little. You know, basically right now as we speak, I'm, you know, right at the forearm before the elbow. I'm just gently, keeping the circulation that's a little crampy on my tendons on the back of the forearm, I guess, right below the elbow. Then there's that button right there, you know, on the right above the elbow, a couple like 3 or 4 inches. That little knot right there that's relieving, and then of course after that I gotta go to the shoulder blade in the middle by the spine, a couple inches. Get that little crevice there, and then a little bit on the one right before the armpit, and then a little bit on the top, a little bit on the neck, a little bit at the base of the skull, a little rubby here and there, and a little bit on the top of the hand because that hurts too, you know. But lucky for me, my mom's a massage therapist, and lucky for me, I paid attention a little bit what she was doing. No, seriously, because I mean, other people would just be. I'm like, there's the pain of the broken bone, yeah, but then